Hello, 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 and today we have another guitar. This one is a special one. This is a Gibson Les Paul Standard from 2015, and it's a Les Paul 100, celebrating Les Paul's 100th birthday, and this is in wine red candy, or red candy, wine red candy, I think that's what it's called. Wine red candy, it just sounds wrong. And like I said, this was like a special edition at the time from 2015 to celebrate Les Paul's 100th birthday, I believe. Now, in terms of spec, it's a mahogany body and neck, as it's a set neck with a maple cap, and that's where you've got it's a two-piece maple cap, and that's what you can see there. A little bit of flame in it. Rosewood fretboard, mother of pearl inlays, and it's got Gibson burst bucker pickups. The volume and tone, all of these are push-pull, which allow you to do various configurations, including split coils, and that one's I think is a direct through, so there's many tonal configurations. Too many, I would say. No, I don't. There's loads. If you they've got these, I think they're called Gibson speed knobs as well, which are kind of chunky and very deluxe, and your usual rhythm and treble switch, and a scratch plate. Now the good thing about this scratch plate is, oh my god, it came off in my hand. It's one of those detachable ones that you can just take off and clip back on again as if by magic. Now, originally this had a G-force tuning system, which is one of those robot tuners, but I took them off and replaced them myself with these hip-shot locking tuners that they're non-invasive. You don't have to drill any holes in, they just bolt onto the headstock, and they're very good. They're very stable, and I really like them. I thoroughly recommend them. I've put them on two guitars where I needed to do that, and at the back there you have the hologram of Les Paul catching the light. That is under the clear coat, so that's nice. Yeah, and it is, a fairly standard Les Paul. It's also got, I forgot to mention, a brass nut with a 0 fret as well. And apparently that is adjustable. You can actually adjust the height of that, though I've not tried it. So yeah, that's an extra bit of deluxe spec there, isn't it? So yeah, it's a Les Paul. birthday Les Paul. Comes with a very nice gold hard case, moulded hard case, and what else can you say? It's a lovely instrument. It really is. And this is the first proper Les Paul I've ever played. And again, when I saw this in the Harwood collection, I was kind of looking forward to playing it. And yeah, this is it. Not a guitar for me though. I can see why people play them, because they're very easy to play. Very easy to play. But again, I've got to have a guitar that speaks to me, and this guitar this doesn't speak to me at all. It's too the noises are too kind of familiar, if you know what I mean. They're like, oh, if you want to sound like this rock album, if you want to sound like that rock album, you get one of these. And it does it all, But if you're in the market for like a real, and you can pick these up for, I don't know how much they were at the time, but I sold this one. I had a hard time selling it because people wanted it cheap. But you can pick these up for about £1,500 in the UK. I didn't sell it if I sold this cheaper than that, because it didn't come with any of the case candy or stuff like that, because none of the Alan Harwood guitars came with any case candy or documentation. But yeah, it was nice to try a proper Les Paul, and and see what all the fuss is about. Because I've tried Epiphones in the past, but I've never tried a proper Gibson, as it were. And this is a really good example. It's a really nice guitar, and if you like Gibsons, and again, I'm more of a Fender kind of guy. I'll be honest. I like the flexibility and the uniqueness of the Fender experience. So that's where I fall on this. But it's a really nice instrument. It's a shame I can't keep it, because if I had the space, or if I was a museum, I'd keep this on the wall as a specimen, as as something to look at. because it's a very nice instrument, but I don't have the space or the ability to keep every guitar, so that's a shame. So there we go. It ends up winging its way off to another owner who's going to love it. They are going to love every minute of this, and that's a good thing. But yeah, I was surprised because I was thinking that it's just volume and tone and that's it. But the push-pull pots, it's fascinating. So you can get some very twangy tones out of this when you split the coils. I think it's you're splitting the coils. So again, I don't have the manual. I'm not sure exactly what's going on when I'm playing with them, but you do get a lot of voices, a lot of voicing with this guitar, and I think that's really great. Again, it's like a Swiss Army knife. It's red too, like a Swiss Army knife. And I imagine if you just if you wanted a I think this is a prime example of a Les Paul. I think this is probably the best one to get. The rosewood neck is absolutely fantastic. The rosewood's lovely. The mother of pearl inlay's fantastic. It's just it's just a quality. The binding's nice. The fret nibs you got. It's just it's just a really, really well put together instrument. And like I said, it's just a shame I don't have the space for everything. But I don't. But I thoroughly recommend it if you are looking out there. If you're looking for one of these and you're wondering, would Darren buy one of these? No, I wouldn't buy one because it's a Gibson, and we don't buy Gibsons, not since do you remember when they crushed all those Firebird X's? Do you remember that? And that's when I said, no, I will never buy a Gibson or an Epiphone, and I've stuck to it. And I never will, because it was a terrible waste. Go look it up. Firebird X, Gibson, and demolition. I think it's probably the best way of describing it. And that's why I don't buy Gibsons. But rock and roll. This is the sound of rock and roll in this guitar, and hopefully I haven't besmirched it with my terrible playing too much. And it was a great chance to own it for a while and to play it, and that's it. That's all I've got to say. I mean, I can't. There's nothing bad about it. It's just not a guitar. And I know it sounds like contradictory, but I'm never going to play it and record with it because of the sounds it makes. Not when I got Fender. Anyway, that's the story. That's the guitar. 2015 100th anniversary edition Les Paul Standard in wine red candy. look a bit like a sweet, doesn't it? That kind of shine, shimmer and shine it's got to it. A very versatile instrument, very versatile, very easy to play, and it's a shame, but that's the way these things go. Thank you, Mr. Harwood, for allowing me to try it. Thank you, and hopefully the next owner will get many, many years of fun and enjoyment from it. That's the video. Thank you for watching. There's only one more thing left to say, and by now you should know what that is, and that is ta-ta.